Nice to meet you all. Very excited to be here. I've got a very important issue that comes direct from the mayor of Beaufort County today, and he wants you guys to help him solve a problem. We're going to talk about that and try to help the mayor out a little bit because this is a big problem. And what we're going to do is called problem-based learning. And really, I'm just going to ask you during the course of what we do, and we're going to work it hard for about an hour. It's going to be over before you know it. I ask you to do three things, okay? First of all, you're going to have to listen. It's very, very important. You're going to have to listen as I talk to you about the problem. You're going to have to listen as we read and discuss the problem. You're going to have to listen when we work in groups to what everybody's saying. You guys think you can do that? Beautiful. I want you to think. You think you can do that? Very, very important. Think about your thinking so that you know how to do your thinking. Right? And I want you to work together. You got everybody here together. Can anybody raise your hand and tell me another word, a synonym for working together? Raise your hand if you know. Yes, ma'am. Helping each other. Anybody else? Think of a word for working together. Teamwork. I like that. Team. Anybody else? Thank you. One of my favorites is cooperation. Right? We all cooperate so we can feel the love. Right? Okay, good. Now, does anybody have any questions before we get started? It's a very, very important project, and we wanted to get the best students in school to do that. That's what you guys are, right? Yes. Now, shake your hand and say, yes, we are. Of course you are. Okay. Nobody has any questions? Okay. I'm going to give you several things here. And after we talk about this, then we're going to do some group work. Now, first thing I want you to do is to listen. I'm going to read this problem to you, and then we're going to talk about it for a minute, and we're going to read it again. Everybody ready? Everybody with me? I'd like you to follow along. It's called Bully for You. Now, really quick explanation. Back in the old days, when something was good, you know, if you did a good job, back in the old days, I don't know, maybe you still hear it, I don't know, but somebody would say, you know, tell me something good that's just happened to you. Bully for you. You know what I say? I say bully! Bully's another word for good. Bully for you. Tell me something good that's happened to you. You got a boyfriend? Bully for you! Tell me something that's happened good. Who has something good that they can share that's happened to them? They're proud. They're excited. They're happy. Yes?
You got a doggy.
Bully for you! Now, we're going to read the problem. And as we go through it, when I finish, we'll talk about it for just a second. I want you to underline any words that you might not know, or that you might need some clarification on, or that you might not understand, so that we can make sure that you understand it. Okay? Now, you, and again, this comes from the mayor of Beaufort County. Very, very important, and he needs our help. You have been appointed to an advisory council on bullying related activity in your community. Your principal selected you when the mayor asks for his or her help in identifying students to serve on this special task force. This is important stuff. Your first task is to prepare a presentation on what you already know about bullying activity in your community. Based on that presentation, you'll be asked to advise the mayor on what other communities are doing to deal with this problem. Think about it for just a second. Anybody see any words or phrases that they need some clarification on? Everybody square? Okay, we're going to read it one more time. Let's look at it again. Let's think about what it is that we have to do to help the mayor. You have just been appointed to an advisory council on bullying related activity in the community. Your principal selected you when the mayor asked for his or her help in identifying students to serve on this special task force. Your first task is to prepare a presentation on what you already know about bullying in your community. Based on that presentation, you'll be asked to advise the mayor on what other communities are doing to deal with this problem. Some things for you to think about right here. What do you know from the problem statement? what additional information are you going to need to help solve this problem, and how are you going to go about doing that? So, and it's broken down a little bit more for you so that you can look at it in smaller parts. What is your role right here? Raise your hand if you can tell me. What is your role in the problem? Yes, ma'am.
Our role is to present a presentation.
Right, and how are you working through that? What's your particular, okay, I'm going to give you a little hint right here. What is your role or perspective? Your role is to what? You're on the Special Advisory Committee, all right? What do you have to do? What's the situation, or what is expected from you? Raise your hand. Yes. You move like that, so I'll tell you raising your hand, yes.
To prepare a presentation based on doing activities in the community.
Exactly, which is the performance scenario. That's what you're going to have to create. And in doing this, you're going to be advising the mayor. Does everybody understand that? Okay? Now, at the end of all this, in the last 15 or 20 minutes, you're going to make a presentation based on the research that you do. And you have a choice of what type of presentation you're going to make. Are you going to write a letter to the mayor? Maybe a short PowerPoint presentation, very short because we don't have a lot of time. Are you going to do an oral presentation? Or maybe as you get to your groups, there's something else that you want to do. And if that's the case, then raise your hand and come over and kind of fill me in on what it is. And so I can see if that's bully or not. And we'll move on. Everybody understand that? Anybody have any questions? All right, and very quickly, and again, when you go in the groups, we'll talk about this, your presentation, and this is what we'll call a draft, because I know it's going to be hard to put together a big thing in the short amount of time we have, so we'll always consider it a draft. Is you'll have an introduction that's going to define the problem, you'll have a body that gives the information that you need, and a conclusion that gives a solution for the mayor, and we'll have to list our references so that we can give credit to the sources that we get our information from. Okay? Questions there? Now, if you look at the second sheet that I gave you, very quickly, this is what you will use when you're working in your groups. There's a set of lists here. Now, let me help you out here. The fact list, you might want to jot this down underneath fact list there in the box, just for your own information. All right, that's going to be what you know. What's a fact? Somebody tell me what a fact is. Raise your hand. Yes? It's a true statement. Very good. All right, so what do you know about this problem? What's true right now? These are the things that you know. All right, then need to know. That's going to be information you need to solve that problem. And in solving that problem, you go to your learning issues. Those are going to be the things that you have to look up. Okay, the things that you don't know. The things that you have to research to get more information. Okay? Now, if you go down to the bottom, the middle box right here where it says new learning issues, just put a big X over there because we kind of are really not going to have time to get there. So get that one out of your mind. Isn't it always great to X something out? Okay, over here you'll see possible solutions. As you talk about what you've learned in your groups and what you get from information, you can put some possible solutions together, and then the very bottom one will be, it says defendable solution. That's going to be your solution, your answer to the mayor, right there. Okay? Everybody got it? Anybody have any questions? All right, who'd like to repeat the assignment to me? You're looking right at me. Tell me basically what you think that you're going to have to do. Why do you have to do that presentation? For the mayor. Why does the mayor want you to do the presentation? Advisory. Okay, anybody have a thank you? Do we have anything to add there? We square? Okay, this is what we're going to do. All right, you're going to get into groups. So I'll put you in the groups, and you'll start to talk and work on this list. Now, we're not going to have a lot of time. We have probably, and you'll be on the clock here, so you're going to have to work hard and you're going to have to work fast. We have about 35 minutes between talking, researching, and getting together our solution, okay? So when you get into groups, you'll talk about this. Once you're ready to, then you're going to go across to the computer lab. I want to say media center lab. You're going to go across to the computer lab. Now, John, a couple things down here. I'd like you to try to find 2 good sources, okay? 2 good sources. Figure out which one of them is maybe the better source of the 2. It's called evaluating, right? And maybe rely on that. But you're looking for what other communities have done to combat the problem of bullying. Okay? Everybody ready? What you're doing here is you're trying to find out what other people have done, other schools, other communities, to stop bullying, because that's what the mayor wants to know. You're going to give them some solutions to the problem. Don't you feel like you're pretty clear on that? Go get some research. Okay, think about the presentation. Remember, guys, just make sure that we clarify, okay? You are going to find out what other people are doing around the world or in the country or in the community to combat bullying, so that you can hook the mayor up with some information to help him out, because he wants to stop it. And remember this, as you research, you're going to be doing a presentation, so think about which of those presentations you want to do, and remember 2 things, okay? Who is your audience for the presentation? Who's your audience going to be? Not me. Not them people back there.
Oh, the governor. Yeah.
The governor. The mayor. All right, remember, the mayor is your audience. He's the one you're going to be presenting to. And remember your purpose. Your purpose is what?
To find out bullying in all of the community.
And come on, you got it. You got it. Take action. What can he do to take action to stop it? That's very good. I like the way he expressed it. Okay? So once you feel like you got the things you need to know, then you want to get researching on it, right? And make sure that you get key information. Work with the problem. You want a solution that we can give to the mayor. Something that somebody else is doing to stop bullying in the community. Your solution, you can write right there. Okay? We're going to say about 3 more minutes here. Okay, does everybody think they have at least one good thing they can use? Okay, so about 3 more minutes here. Make sure you're getting key information on what other communities are doing, what other people are doing to stop bullying. Because we got to help the mayor.
When they get involved, when there's problems, when students and teachers will get involved and clubs are having problems, that's going to be a good way.
What? Yeah, just one person. No, if she agrees to. Okay, this is about cooperation. You can't point fingers and say you're going to do it. You have to agree on who's going to do it. Here's the thing, Chris. You want to take one for the team and step up and be a man? You play sports? Okay, what do you play? Basketball? Well, you know what? You want the ball, don't you? You want to take that shot. Well, no different in the classroom. All right? Sometimes you got to step up and be a man. That's all I'm saying. 1 minute. What are we doing over here? We got a solution. Who's going to tell us what it is? You are? Okay, so he's going to be the man, literally. How we doing? Everybody ready? You got a person who's going to present? Did you guys figure out what you're going to do? Are you going to be the man? Everybody square here? Who's going to present? Okay, we're good over here? Alright, give me your attention please. Alright, we'll ask the person that's been agreed upon by the group to stand up. We're looking for, I'm looking for two things from you as you stand up. Now normally, and again this is a draft, you know, we'd have a little bit more time to do this, so don't get stressed out about what you have and what you don't have. Right? The bottom line, you want to have at least one solution to give to the mayor, right? So we're looking for what your solution is to advise the mayor. Now, you may have written a letter, you may have said that you're going to do a PowerPoint, so we want to know what the solution is and how you would present it to the mayor. And if you've already got it ready to present to the mayor, then we'll figure that out, okay? All right, which group would like to go first? Okay? I'd like you to stand up, please. Okay, and tell us what is the solution that you're going to advise the mayor on, and how are you going to present it to the mayor?
Our solution is to get parents and teachers involved, get them involved on the bullies, and then present it with a slideshow.
You're going to get a slideshow. All right. Did you have any examples of what people are doing, parents and teachers, to stop bullying? Did you find any? Like what?
Like sending them home, things like that,
Because you do in school. Did you find anything in the community that people are doing outside school? Like for the bullies that might be hanging out in the corner? Don't be afraid to come. No, not really? So if we were going to come back to this tomorrow, what would you look for? What is that? Tell me what that is.
how people stop it.
In the community. So we kind of have an idea. You know, we can help them out, at least in the school. But if we really want to help out, we're going to have to go back and research some more and find out how they stop it in the communities too. Okay, right? Very good. Give them a big hand right here. Big hand right here. Okay. Let's go right here. That was the pass the buck. Everybody see it? That way, that way, that way. Okay. Two things we want from you. What's the solution for the mayor, and how are you going to present it to him? Okay, after school programs. Now let me ask you the same question that I asked that group over there. That's good for here, right? But how do we stop it in the community? Did you find anything about that? You can pipe in. Talking. Talking to who? What would we say to those people in the community?
How does it fit in the community?
How is it affecting the community? Did you find anything about that? So, what we do again is like over there, we kind of got it covered school level, but if we had to come back this tomorrow, what would we be looking for? In the community, okay? So think about that. How would you present it to the mayor? What type of mode here would you use? You use an oral presentation. Would they make you do the oral presentation to the mayor too? You don't know? I thought you were going to step up and take a shot. No? Okay, give him a big hand. Two things. What is the solution that you're going to give the mayor, and how would you present it to him?
That's how we put students together and put them in a class to learn about bullying.
Okay, so putting students in a class to learn about bullying. How would you present that to the mayor? Okay, so you write a letter. Now, it's the same thing with the other couple groups there, right? If we were to come back tomorrow and research, we have to research what to make this really strong. Remember, what are we looking for? We got the school problem solved, kind of, right? But our big problem is, how about the community? So what will we have to do tomorrow?
Get them together.
Okay, so one of the things that you might want to do is find ways that communities are getting together. Okay? Interesting. Interesting. Give her a big hand. Anybody have any questions? Okay, what I want you to do is, you got some paper there, tear off a piece of paper for me. Any size, maybe half a sheet. Okay. Everybody know what ticket out the door is? Anybody heard that before? You know what ticket out the door is? I want you to write down one thing that you learned in this last hour. One thing that you learned. That's okay, you don't have to put your name on it. You don't have to, that's fine. Do I have everybody's ticket? Okay, got everybody's ticket, ladies and gentlemen? Give yourselves a big hand, please. Thank you very much, and I believe, is it pizza time now?